Patch 4.5 should have been like this if the devs are listening to the majority of the players. So, apparently we have a post here. Someone with a little bit of a community patch. And I think this is going to be interesting. Clearly, this is going to be a controversial thing, and a couple people are probably going to disagree with a lot of the stuff. I just really doubt everyone's on the same page here, but okay, let's see. This is a very, very early draft of a community patch. Okay, let's see. Gameplay and balancing changes. Med stims can now use on an ally. A little unnecessary. Contested health duration before it decays has been increased from 2 seconds to 5 seconds. Okay. You know what, I'm not super against that, but there is a bulwark perk that I believe does something like this. Yeah, you know what, that's fine. You could literally do that and the game would still be in a good spot. Well, it would be in a better spot, I think, but interesting. Armor reset cooldown is reduced to 3 seconds if 3 of you are out of combat and no enemies are nearby. Yeah, that just seems convenient. But that's a little bit, like, specific. I don't know if the devs are on something like that. But, yeah. Dodge will cancel the animation of your attack. Yes. This is one of the most annoying things for heavies, because heavies get, like, hard locked when they aim in. I'm actually 100% with this. Hit stop is removed from melee light attacks, heavy attacks, and charge attacks. Oh, so just pure poise? Why not? Fencing weapons. Nerf is reverted. Okay, I'm not too sure what happened with that. Incapacitated allies have ability to crawl. Bots will instead move towards nearby living teammates. Incapacitated allies have ability to crawl. I don't think that's necessary. Okay, now I'm thinking about the fencing weapons nerf, though. This makes actually a lot of sense why parries are feeling inconsistent. I feel like some of that is with ping as well. Since, like, today I was doing a lot of parrying, and I felt like whenever I was in a game where someone else is the host, parries felt pretty inconsistent. And then also they adjusted how you parry in this game. That's... I can kind of see where some of these players are coming from, to be honest. I do think the game should be hard, but there are simply some changes that I think the devs kind of overlooked as either a nerf or a buff, and it just made certain things a bit tedious. But okay, let's see what they have for primary weapons here. Primary weapons, auto bolt rifle, damage increased by 25%. That's probably the best leveling weapon in the game at that point. That's a little bit too crazy. It might not even be that big of a deal, though, to be honest. What if they just increase the fire rate by, like, 10% and then increase the damage by, like, 10%? Ultimately, I feel like it still keeps the damage unique. You know, it keeps the gun unique. But fair enough. Headshot multiplier increased from 1 to 2. Yes, that's automatic. Every bolt rifle should be having a headshot multiplier increase. Base ammo reserve increased. 175 to 210. Plus 1 magazine. Not necessary if you increase the damage. Bolt carbine. Damage increased by 25%. Whoa. Okay. And for the time being, let's assume this is all operation-only changes. Especially with the bolt carbine. Headshot multiplier increased from 1 to 2. Yep. Base amp. Besides the headshot multipliers should be increased for all these weapons for PvP as well. But, I mean... time to kill would be kind of crazy, so maybe not. Base ammo reserve, 210 to 240. Yeah, fine. Again, though, I don't think you really need to upgrade the ammo if you upgrade the damage. Bolt rifle, damage increased by 20%. Headshot multiplier, 1.5 to 3. Base ammo reserves, 125 to 150. Bolt sniper, damage increased by 15%. Nope. Firm disagree. Just use the white bolt sniper. It is very good. Headshot multiplier, sure, why not? And ammo increase, fine. The headshot multiplier and ammo increase is fine, but you gotta realize if you increase the headshot multiplier and also increase the damage, that's gonna break the weapon. It will be super strong. Like, honestly, some of these changes are just like, okay, increase the damage, increase the fire rate, increase the ammo, increase the reload speed, increase... like, okay, just relax. Do like 1 or 2. Heavy bolt rifle and damage increased by 35%. I'll take it. That's fine. Headshot multiplier increase 1 to 2. Honestly, the heavy bolt rifle just needs a headshot multiplier increase. The ammo reserve would be... Yeah, I would like that also. Heavy bolter, damage increased by 20%, multiplier 1.3 to 2.6. I would go with the damage increase over the multiplier for sure for the heavy bolter. Base ammo capacity 450 to 475. That's fine, but it's 25 bullets. Come on. Instigator, bolt carbine, damage increased 20%. Headshot multiplier 1.5 to 3.5. Let's do the headshot multiplier to 4. Go from 1.5 to 4, and then take away the damage increase. Base ammo capacity increase from 24 to 25. Isn't this the burst one? You would want to go from 24 to 27, right? Base ammo reserve increase from 145 to... Oh, I see. So the mag goes from 24 to 25. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's not a factor of 3, though. So 24 is. So yeah, you would want to go from 24 to 27. Base ammo reserve 145 to 150. Yeah, that's fine. Bolt rifle. Oculus bolt rifle. Damage increase 20%. Headshot multiplier 1 to 2. Honestly, every bolt rifle should just have a headshot multiplier increase. It's kind of insane that they aren't. Ammo reserve 210, 240. Stalker bolt rifle. Damage increase by 15%. Multiplier 2 to 3. I mean, that's fine. There's a reason why the Stalker... Oh, yeah, the Stalker. Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. I agree with this for PvP also. Just wanted to point that out. Ammo reserve. Yep, all the ammo reserves I'm just going to naturally agree with. I mean, there's a lot of enemies in this game, you know? It's kind of weird that they're so conservative with ammo. But, like, you know, grenade and gunstrike damage is just absolutely insane at higher difficulties. So, I don't know. It's weird. Las Fazul. Or Fazul? Either way, I call it the LF sniper. Headshot multiplier, 2.5 to 3.5. I'm going to go as far as to say that this weapon doesn't need a buff at all. Oop. Ammo increase 12 to 15? No. This is the one ammo increase where I'm like, nope. The gun's fine. Gun's fine. Doesn't need any buffs. Have you ever played this game solo and had a sniper on your team that uses this? If you have a sniper and a heavy on your team in solo operations as NPCs, they can potentially just take out all the mobs by themselves. It's kind of crazy. But I do like this. Pierce any surface. The LF shots can now pierce any surface. I like that idea. That's interesting. Melta rifle. Base ammo capacity 5 to 6. Base ammo. So you're just increasing the ammo for the Melta. Nope. This is where the community patch starts to get a little bit, turning the game into easy mode. Nah. Melta rifle and the LF are the best burst weapons in the game, practically. They need certain drawbacks. You need to be able to use those weapons at accurate moments and not just, you know, not just burn everything down. They do not need any sort of buffs. Multi-Melta, base ammo capacity 20 to 25. I'm gonna give the same energy to the Multi-Melta. It's fine. Secondary weapons, bolt pistol, headshot multiplier increase from 1 to 2. Definitely. Base ammo capacity 12 to 15. Base ammo reserve 120 to 150. Fine. I completely agree with this. I agree with this so much that I think this should be PvP also apply to PvP. Heavy bolt pistol, headshot multiplier 1.5 to 3. Sure. Kind of had to think about that one, but I think that's fine. Base ammo capacity increase from 8 to 10. Ammo reserves 80 to 100. That's fine. I don't mind buffing the pistol's ammo capacity because they are supposed to be secondary weapons. Like, you're supposed to fall back on them. So if they have a lot of ammo, it kind of just serves their class practically. Oh, melee weapons. Damage increase chainsword by 20%. Combat knife damage increase 30%. Thunderhammer damage increase 60%. Power fist damage increase 30%. Power sword base damage increase by 40%. 100%. 100%. I agree with all this. I think if we even get half this would be perfect. This would be Amazing. Thunderhammer base damage increased by 60% would be insane for PvP and likely would break Assault, though. So I think half this is more... I would say Chainsword base damage go to 15%, Combat Knife base damage 20%, and then half everything else. Yeah, perfectly fine. Oh, the Power Fist. Maybe buff up the Power Fist attack rate. That would be cool. That would be cool. Block weapons can now nullify the damage of melee red attacks when blocking. You can still get staggered and knocked down. That would be kind of cool. I think that would be better off with a perk for like Bulwark or something. Something more class specific. But neat idea nonetheless. Grenades. Max number of frags increased to 4. Max number of cracks increased to 3. Melt-a-bomb damage and blast radius is increased. I'm going to disagree with the Melt-a-bomb one, but both the other ones are fine. Operations. Players are equipped with a stim at the start of the game. Yeah, why not? Grenades are, well, we should, maybe not on lethal. But it makes sense. Like, why wouldn't they? They literally just come off, you know, they're at their barracks. They're at their, you know, they come into, they have their equipment when they start the match. You know, when they start the operations, they are coming in from the barge. So it kind of makes sense why they should have a stim. Grenades are now part of the loadout. Yeah, I like this. Vanguard's grapple launcher now works on any surface. The starting animation of the grapple launcher for the Vanguard is shorter. Vanguard's grapple launcher can now get to zone thropes. Yes, dude. Don't know if we're getting this one though. Besides the animation being shorter and stuff. Assault vertical height jump is increased. So here's the thing about the assault. Like jump attacks and stuff for operations. I think they're nerfing it so you don't jump off the map, which is still something they could, you know, work on. It's still something they could fix. Hover ability is added. Assault can now use dash while hovering in the air. Yeah, this is fine. Heavy bolt pistol has been added to the heavy loadout. You are now able to select specific AI teammates in operations. Ooh, yes. That would be cool. New feature, if players go out of bounds, a return to combat zone warning will appear after 7 seconds. They will be teleported to combat zone or to nearby allies. So it looks like they thought about it. This guy just fixed assault. Difficulty. Player's armor is now consistent across all difficulties. Yeah, sure, why not? Dodge scaling with difficulty is removed. Yes, oh my god. Yes. With the issues that ping gives to things like dodging and perfect parries, yeah, remove it. Remove it. It's just way too connection dependent. If I'm connected to somebody who is from like super far away and my ping is bad, now my dodging is practically unusable. Yeah, remove it. I don't want to insult it. I don't want to say too much, but yeah, it's unnecessary. It's a tedious difficulty spike that they just wanted to add just to get in our way. Not good. Parry window is now consistent across all difficulties. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Medkit healing percentage is now consistent across all difficulties. Substantial, ruthless, and lethal. Enemies' health and damage has been increased. Okay. Oh yeah, right. They increased all the damage on the weapons. Don't know if we need increased damage. This might be a really bad change here. Some of the stuff is really good. Some of the stuff is really, really unnecessary. Lethal. Accessible only for players above level 20. Agreed. Majors and higher enemies will spam red attacks more often and blue attacks less frequent. Reduce Minorous blue attacks frequency. Or Minorous. Minorous or Minorous? I forget. I think it's Minorous. Either way. Reworked. Enraged enemies have increased damage, attack speed, movement speed, and they can't be staggered. Yep. That's fine. I'm with that. Enraged duration is 10 seconds. Lethal can now spam 2 terminus at the same time. Increased enemy spawn rates for lethal. Sure. Some of this seems to stack up really poorly, though. So you're already reducing minors blue attacks, but then majors are already spamming red attacks more often? I disagree with that. You are setting up loops that aren't really, approachable, I'll say. But increased spawn rates is fine, and the enragement change is fine. Ruthless. Accessible only for players above 15. Oh, we don't need that. Majors and higher enemies will spam red attacks more often. Yeah, stop with the red attack, blue attack frequency stuff. That's just terrible. It's just really, really bad because I think we're leaving too much to RNG. AI. Incapacitated enemies have a glowing skull icon above their heads. Red attacks and blue attacks have different sound cue. Yeah, we need that. Enemy invulnerability. Enemy iframes are globally removed. Ranged enemies, except Northrop and Zoanthrope, will turn into melee form if you approach them using melee weapon. Yeah, I like that. A perfect... I just don't know if we should expect that change, but I like it. A perfect QTE from an extremist level enemy will cause a gunstrike icon to appear on them at the end. Thousand Sun Space Marine's teleportation ability now has a cooldown. Wow, yeah, we need that. Cooldown is 10 seconds. Zoanthropes. Oh my god. How many more changes do we have here? Zoanthropes. Zoanthrope will fly closer to the ground, making it vulnerable to melee damage. Maybe. Maybe. Let's see what else they changed. Psychic Beam hitbox has been fixed. Yeah, okay. Nice. Yeah, okay. You're saying a lot there. Psychic Beam no longer penetrates walls. Yeah, no, that's fair. Again, though, they're saying a lot. I'm not too sure these changes, these changes I feel like would be implemented if they could. Reduce the number of Psychic Bolt from 3 to 1. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. Honestly, if you do the Psychic Bolt thing, and I think that's more than enough. PvP, damaging Bulwark's shield will now consider him being in combat, so you won't trigger regeneration. Health regeneration is now faster. In PvP? I like the Bulwark change. I don't think everyone needs health regeneration is now faster. No. I do think it's interesting to kind of communicate to see who's actually low. If they can just run away and then come back to the fight full health, no. Nope. Health regeneration is perfectly fine. Some of the stuff is good, some of the stuff is unnecessary. Quality of life improvements. Grenade projectile speed is increased. Throwing grenades has a new animation. Team armor, contested health, and ultimate ability are now displayed on their health bar. Bulwark and heavy will choose to sidestep over roll when dodging. Okay, what? Yeah, putting team armor by the health bar. Contested health, yeah. Ultimate ability is interesting. I like that. I like that. Classes perks. I purged all garbage perks about reloading. Sure. Sure. Vanguard, starting perk, grapple launcher, contested health regeneration 50% faster, restore 10% more contested health. Core perks. Moving target, each melee attack you land reduces the range damage you take by 1% up to 15%. If you do not land a melee attack for 3 seconds, the effect ends. Each melee attack you land reduces the melee damage you take by 1% up to 15%. If you do not land a melee attack for 5 seconds, the effect ends. Okay. I'm going to look over these perks, man. Like, I gotta be honest. That is just... Wait, like, dude, there's no chance we're getting any of this stuff. There's no shot. Certain perks, sure, but let's talk about those perks by themselves for a moment and not just attach it to some, community patch. I like the idea of talking about the weapons, but the perks, I'm not interested in a big rework like this. Sure, buff the bad perks. That's all you need to say. But okay, let's see what people respond to this. I feel like there was some good stuff here, but then there was some stuff here that was just not, like, a little unnecessary. Like, some of the stuff here is definitely what you would see a patch. Like, a patch would come out, and then it would just make, one weapon super overpowered out of nowhere. Also, no grenade launcher fixes, I think, but they might have just fixed the perk for tactical, I bet. But yeah, there's a lot here. Yeah, so far, actually, no, they didn't do anything with grenade launcher. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's see what people say about this. Bro, what the F? Lol, glad you're not in charge. I wonder what OP said to this. Lad insulted me and didn't even leave some constructive criticism. Typical Reddit user. Yeah, fair enough. They do go into detail, but I feel like this video is all the constructive criticism this post really needed. There was some stuff here that was, like, good, but yeah, a lot of it was over buffing. I didn't insult you, really. Here's some criticism. I think you're making the player too powerful and disregarding the game itself. I'm not a fan of the cakewalk gameplay. Mostly in terms of weapon buffs, they are too much, especially 60% Thunderhammer. Yeah, I noticed that. With the right build, you can get Majorus into executable state with one slam 90% of the time. With current damage output, 60 would break the game. I still think the Thunderhammer should have like a little bit of a damage buff, but I mean, good point. Damage buff isn't going to stop that from happening, though. So apparently this guy is known for putting out very critical posts about the game, and it definitely tells. The patch, if this was to go through, would make this game way too easy, and it seems like this guy really needs the game to be a bit easier. I think some of the changes are fine, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think the patch that we just got does a pretty good job at, you know, dealing with some of the issues this guy is presenting. So practically, this entire post could really be summed up to like a couple buffs. But this guy said, play another game, read a book series, breathe in some fresh air, anything. No update should change this many things at once. You'll make the game so breathtakingly easy for your power fantasy fetish that anyone wanting even a modicum of challenge will abandon the game. This isn't a game like Helldivers. This multiplayer is the seasoning on top of the campaign, not the main dish. If you don't like it, I understand, but your vision of the game isn't happening. Nobody listens to the man on the sidewalk raving about stuff. What? I mean, what? Have realistic expectations. Now that's better. Yeah. PS, 30 to 50% buffs don't happen in real life. Try hitting headshots. Those numbers don't make sense if you can aim your gun worth a dang. So yeah, I like the certain weapons. I did like the headshot multiplier, but yeah, if you increase the headshot multiplier, you don't need more damage. This is interesting. I think I've seen enough, to be honest. I'm glad that people are actually coming to terms with this game being in a good spot for the most part, and that we only need like a few changes here and there. However, I do like the idea of taking away the difficulty changes for dodging and parries because of ping. I genuinely don't know if I miss a perfect dodge or a perfect parry, I genuinely do not know if I missed the timing or if ping got in my way. I mean, unless there's the ping thing in the corner, but you know, sometimes it pops up out of nowhere, so interesting. Let me know in the comments what you think, because this is definitely a conversation that I feel like we're going to have until December. Is the game too easy or hard? Repeated by everyone who is mad. I don't know. That was still a fun read, to be honest. I think there was actually some good ideas in there. But for the most part, yeah, it definitely seemed to make the game too easy.